Hello gamers! We are back and into the action. Luckily here, it looks like they also disconnected, so we will be seeing this match played out here. Same comps as you all know, so what are we thinking here, Matt? How's it looking?
I'm super excited to be seeing the double crab machine versus the no crab at all. We're seeing a custom junior ballpoint T-Tick and a, the Tetras. There we go. Like, it's not a comp you see often, but I am digging it. Like, I am excited to see how this plays out.
I'm digging it too. It's the fight for mid right now. It looks like Despair is kind of getting backed up to their basket here. The Tetras are trying to skirmish a little bit in mid. Do get one. They do trade right there. But that Booyah Bomb's going to come right in, and it's really going to push them back even more.
You know, yeah, TatsuGAYri has a lot of control in mid, but Despair Eternal, they got some peeps up there keeping that basket secure, but as soon as they get that power climb, I think TatsuGAYri is, yep, they are going to open up that basket.
Listen, that's what I'm telling you. I feel like every time I score on Clam Scorch, I always feel like I die just right away. And that happened here to their splash player. Both of their splashes do go down. This is kind of their opening right here for Despair to kind of get this mid control.
Yes, indeed. You know, they had the specials to kind of push Despair back, but you know, they were ready. They jumped on them as soon as that basket, or as soon as the wave was clear. And so with that ballpoint in mid, they're just gonna have to watch out for the crabs when they get popped. Oh no, 3 members down, and the ballpoint is set up right on that spawn, or the snipe there. That is not a place you want a backliner to be.
Yeah, and it looks like they've got more clams rolling in here. The Junior and the Tetras are coming in with more, and that T-Tech's gonna maybe get that jump in with the ball. Do they get it in? Yeah! It's actually crazy. They actually managed to get that power claim in, and that definitely secures the lead, probably for a little bit. It's gonna be tough to push back from that one.
Yeah, that was a missed call on my part of the ballpoint. Instead of opting for the snipe position, they just chilled. You know, they were sharking. They didn't have any idea they were there, and so the jump was able to come in and get that other power climb in. But now just TatsuGAYri, they're back. They got their own power climb. The Booyah Bomb is going to be keeping them back for a good while and taking out the ballpoint at that.
Yes, and they are mad. They do not they do not want their opponents here to keep this lead. And I mean, the ballpoint we see setting up there, trying to get them out of their basket, but you just cannot stop those clams from coming in when they're just piling in on the basket.
Oh my god, they just need 2 more, and that's 2 down. 1 more clam is all they need, and 3 members of Despair are down. That's a wipeout. They can't do anything. That's going to be a KO for TatsuGAYri.
Yeah, that was really, really unfortunate. I mean, I will also say we had the colors switched, so Despair actually won that match. That's our bad, but nonetheless, they were very dominant that match. Like, that was, I mean, I guess it was pretty back and forth, but I mean, that was crazy. I mean, I saw Lucina all up in there. They were getting on their plat. They were feasting on them. I mean, that was crazy.
I mean, it was kind of like what I said before. It's either gonna stall out for all 5 minutes, or it's just gonna be over in a flash. And we saw they only needed that second push, even after the Omega push we saw from, I guess it was TatsuGAYri there. Despair came back and they just absolutely dominated their plat there.
Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised at how quick they were to kind of like immediately counter push. Like I feel like they were really quick with just really getting that mid control back, which I think helps a lot because of those splashes. I mean, the paint you omit is just crazy, and then the booyah bombs. I mean, there's a reason why that comp is meta right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the quad frontline, you know, they don't have quite the defensive power as a backline comp, but they can bounce back incredibly quick.
Yeah. I mean, listen. I mean.
All right.
Okay.
Right, no changes.
Yeah, I was about to say no changes. I'm surprised here, but I admire TatsuGAYri for not succumbing too much to the meta and trying to kind of stick to what they know.
You know, sometimes a comfort pick can play out even better than if you were playing a meta.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're seeing here TatsuGAYri unfortunately goes 2 down in this opening here in this fight from mid. The wave breaker does come out from the junior, but it looks like those crabs are just pushing him way back.
The crab in mid just puts out so much pressure, and even the ball point, they're having to back up. They can't really get into a good position, but the inkjet is going to come out as long as they can dodge the buckets and the booyah bombs, and they are able to get the pick, but they are still pretty locked out from the middle at the moment.
Yeah, and that crab comes out really solidifying this lockout that they have here over TatsuGAYri. I mean, what do you even do when the crab can reach that far and is holding the zones?
I think that is like the true strength of having the double splash, double bucket. You know, like each of the specials inside there, they're pretty strong on their own, but it's chaining them together just allows you to maintain control over such a long period of time. We're already down to 20 points, and they haven't left mid.
I know, it's really tough here. I mean, with these double zones, it can be easier here. With those tri-strikes, I was about to say, with the strikes to try and get a neutral, but unfortunately, they just really can't break out of this oppressive hold that they have on them. I feel like it's kind of a matter of just not knowing how to deal with a really tough comp, honestly.
Mm-hmm. You know, like we saw several of the booyah bombs come out, but I don't think there's a single time that TatsuGAYri tried to push that there wasn't a crab shooting at them.
Right, like they every time they tried to make a push, they had the crab to answer them and face them and maintain that lockout. And at that point, you just start staggering, and then you can't coordinate as much as you'd like to.
Some of the last second panic times to push in, you don't really have time to coordinate anymore, and that just plays into the defense. So Despair taking it 2-0 in the set.
I mean, I'm excited that we're going to see more of Despair here in the Great White Grand Finals, which I believe is ready. So no, we do not get a break, I'm at.
No breaks for us.
Hopefully you don't want one.
Oh no, never.
But yeah, I mean, the lovely Pickup, named Pickup, which we will see the rosters of them shortly here, but
Pickup beat Novel, no.
Oh, they beat Novel.
I'm not supposed to show bias, but dang. I was hoping to see them make it all the way to Grands.
It was close too. It looks like it was a 2-1. Oh, that's unfortunate. We love Novel here. We love our regulars. Maybe they can clutch it out and get third here though, because there is a third place match.
I mean, let's be honest, there is going to be some bias against a name like Pickup, you know? It's like... but we're totally unbiased, you know? What do you mean?
Definitely not. Like, I'm totally not lying right now. But I do see some familiar faces here, like Caden, Sleepy Luke, Kiwi. Is that Kiwi? Like, Bamboo Kiwi? Or like who is that?
I'm like 90% sure. Like, there really is only one Kiwi, you know?
It could be a rando. Something I've learned staffing and commentating SOS is that somebody in chat will know. So I'll look through the Twitch chat a little bit later, maybe during the set, and we'll know who this Kiwi is. Um, but I mean, this is kind of like the Clash of the Titans a little bit. I feel like these are two really powerful pickups. Like, I mean, we saw how dominant Despair Eternal was in that last match. Like, we saw Lucina, Power, Straw Hat. They were all eating. They were feasting, if you will. So, I mean, listen. I think this could be like the Clash of the Titans, perhaps. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Have we seen have we seen Pickup on stream yet? I don't think I saw them. We certainly haven't seen any of their sets in the Top Cut, but I'm curious to see. This is Grand Finals, you know, and we know Despair is running Double Crab, Double Machine. What are we going to see from Pickup here?
Right, I mean, I'm not so sure. Listen, every time I try and follow what people are playing, I feel like they change super fast. Other than the people who I follow who play Junior, they're usually pretty consistent. I love my Junior idol. Shout out to Lily. But listen, I rolled the maps for this week using the lovely maps gen that JPEG made. And I think I'm very evil for putting Undertow Spillway Rainmaker in the first game. I feel like they're probably gonna be very angry at me, perhaps, in the battle fire, in their voice chats right now. They're probably like, bro, why is the... They all sound like this, by the way. Bro, why is the first game Undertow? And why is it Rainmaker? Like what? Like what? They want me to die, and that I do. But
yes,
I think it'll be very
caught on
funny.
to our plan.
My secret plan to exterminate all of the SOS players. But yeah,
we're here for entertainment and chaos.
Yes. Primarily chaos, but also a little bit of entertainment. That's when the bread analogies come out. But I feel like a lot of the maps and grands usually have to be very liked so that people don't come pounding on my door and burning stuff and throwing rocks in my window. But Undertow Spillway Rainmaker.
To be fair, this is not the worst map mode you could have picked. You know,
Okay.
Like I feel like this was still being pretty generous to them.
Okay. I see. You're trying to stay on my good side here, I'm mad. You're trying to butter me up.
I was playing Zones Mincemeat. I was playing that in solo queue, and let me tell you, they would absolutely hunt you down if you put that in. I would certainly. It's not a good time on. I don't know if anyone really enjoys most of the modes on Mincemeat, to be honest, but that's maybe just me.
I did advocate for no mincemeat in SOS, so you can all sleep very nicely knowing that. We see Despair pulling out what makes him happy, and you know what? I can't argue with that. You play what makes you want to do your best, you know? They're playing, again, that double splash, double slosh
No, it's the other team with the slash.
Yeah. Coming out with the stamper on the side of Pickup. I'm very interested to see how this plays out, I'm at.
Indeed, we do see a splash and a bucket on the side of Pickup here, but they're also rocking the stamper, aka the slash, and also the vanilla or the hero shot there.
Yeah, and I feel like I've been seeing people kind of like Zuka again, but I cannot tell what the people like. So we see a Zip Zip come out here on the side of Pickup from Kiwi, and unfortunately they kind of have to backtrack a little bit. I'm very sad. I wanted to see them wreak havoc, but they're gonna... Never mind, they're not gonna do anything. They're dead.
They're dead. They're going to spawn. Despair, well, they're going to get smacked right back. It is currently 3-2. And while Despair did get the first... Well, did they get the first points? The Rainmaker's off to the side, but no points on the board. What?
Wait. Yeah, what?
Did they just, like, literally take it in a straight line off to the left and get nothing out of that? That is insane.
Now that is quite a triumph. Oh, but we see her, it looks like Kaden here holding that Rainmaker, running for dear life, swimming, if you will, for dear life. Unfortunately, does get picked off here by Power, and they're pushing up in mid here, trying to maybe feel out which way that they can make a push. Somebody pops Crab, I heard it. Oh, I see you, Lucina, I see you in mid. It looks like they're going to try and make a push left here, though.
Yeah, again, they're in that corner, but they're not getting any points off of that. They have to just take a step forward. But, 82 is not a... Well, see, they're down. But I was going to say, 82 is not too difficult to come back from, but it's hard to get points when your
Oof.
carrier is in spawn.
Listen, I aspire to be power right there. I love running down crabs. I'm a junior player, by the way, so don't take any advice from me, but I love running down crabs and cornering them there. And they do end up getting the pick on them. Unfortunately, it looks like that Rainmaker doesn't quite hit the checkpoint. It does get the lead, but what kind of a lead is that, I'm at? It's not...
That's not
pretty
going to
low.
last long, let me tell you. 2.5
Oh,
minutes,
yeah.
they're going to bring that back. No
Mm-hmm.
question.
And it looks like they're trying to paint up mid here again, maybe trying to scope out which way to push. I feel like these teams are really leaning to go to the left here in all their pushes, which is very punishable. If you already know which route they're going to go, you know which way to set up. And that crab, they just are listening to me. They know what they're doing what I want them to do. The crab stationed up there, and they're already rotating left here to try and stop that push.
Hey, the alternative, going right, especially when they're 4 up, you're just gonna get demolished immediately. Like at least on the left
Yeah.
side, you have that corner to cover your flank, and you can slowly inch your way up as they're doing now. But with a full team up, it is just kind of a suicide run to go up the right side.
Power there, definitely focusing in on the Rainmaker there, tunnel vision, which I do again admire. I do admire the play there. Oh my gosh, I hate when that happens. Kaden unfortunately does not dunk the Rainmaker there and doesn't get the checkpoint, leaving both teams in a 2v2.
But the crab is going to be coming out. They're just a point away from that lead. We'll have to see. No, they're not able to get the pedestal. Here trying to paint it, help them out, but they are going to just be chilling here, keeping them at bay. 2 players down, and they are going to finally get that checkpoint.
Nice. I feel like Despair is probably like no, like ripping their hair out right now, and I don't blame them. I mean, Lucina's mad. They're about to feast.
Oh, they're still going. They're still going.
Whoa. Kaden!
All right.
Are you kidding me? Caden's insane. That was crazy. They were bobbing and weaving and doing all the things right under the crab's nose. With only a minute left. I mean, that's tough to come back from.
Popping the crab like that, if you back up, you're just gonna fall right into the range. So he saw the play there, take the Rainmaker and just go underneath them. It's like, what are they gonna do? Hit you? Drop down and explode?
I mean, the crab is such like a large, big man, like a big guy, that I don't know. It's kind of hard to like look below you. It's tough. It's tough. It's like you're in a mech.
Absolutely. Ooh, but that is 3 down for pickup there. This might be the opportunity Despair needs to... They haven't gotten the checkpoint yet, though, but 21 is going to be hard to beat, especially if they have to go through 6 like Kaden did there.
Ooh, Luke picking off power there. That was a really good fall-off kind of like slosh over there, over that little area. But it looks like they're really playing it safe here with the Rainmaker. Unfortunately, they do go down, but they can still, in theory, make a comeback here. They still are 2 down, but I have a lot of faith in Straw Hat. They do get the 1 down. They're getting pinched a little bit here, but they can clutch it out. They do die. Never mind, they can't clutch it out. But listen, they put up one heck of a fight, so... I mean, that was liberating. That was a great match.
No, absolutely. They were close. They got a nice pick with the Booyah Bomb. They were set up to really start pushing it forward. Just unfortunately, they had the stamp behind them, and the rest of their team went down in front. It was just an unfortunate timing there.
I know. I feel like when you know you already have that checkpoint to go through on Rainmaker, it kind of kills the morale for your push, or at least that's how it is for me. With my team. I feel like it's really tough to not only get over the literal hurdle, but the mental hurdle of knowing you have to be smooth and schmoove around like Kaden to even have a chance of getting that lead.
To be fair, though, I feel like having that checkpoint still at that point in the game kind of helped them. They went 3 down, so that's just not going to help anyone make a push. But the fact that they were able to get that checkpoint in overtime, that just resets your Rainmaker timer, so you have even just a little bit longer to make that second push.
You know what? Fair point. And also it frees up if somebody else wants to be the one to pick up the Rainmaker, and maybe you want that extra crab on your side because the Splash was the one to be holding it for that checkpoint. So fair point, I'm mad. I see you. From Rainmaker Museum. Sorry. Brain
Clamblitz
fart.
Museum.
Clamblitz Museum. Oh my god, we're already going. Oh my lord. Oh my
Any
lordy lord.
changes? Any changes?
Any changes? No, no. Okay, okay. I'm
Oh,
waiting. I'm waiting. No, 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 no.
no
I don't think
changes.
so. Listen, listen. If it ain't broke, if it ain't broke.
I'm just impressed we haven't gotten to our four crab quota.
Book web quota.
These hard. Did you hear?
Already, Lucina's already gonna crab top mid here on that spinner. Really dominant position, I feel. Unfortunately, they kind of get snuffed out and they got pinched there. Really good play. Kaden here, we know they can slay. Out here popping that Zuka, trying to get a pick maybe on that crab user, but it doesn't really quite work out. I feel like I'm surprised that the shot is the one to get the power clam here. I feel like, I mean, I guess I don't know who else it would be because it's a very Slayers only kind of group going on right now on both sides, but I don't know. I mean, this is going to be interesting.
Honestly, yeah. My choice would have been either the shot or the splash because both of them, their specials are definitely more of a midline support type. Because like with the Inkzuka, you get to have your clam and then just fire at opponents from mid while you're stampering your bucket or pushing up through front.
Yeah, yeah. I'm really upset about that push there. I feel like that could have been a lot greater if only they had focused on the clam economy. I felt like they didn't have any clams to back up that push there. I mean, they had the two down. Both of those splashes on the side of Despair were down, but it kind of fizzled out from there after that power clam went in.
That was indeed unfortunate, but the Kiwi here with the stamp, getting the pick, and they're just gonna set up shop here. They're gonna get another pick. They are not leaving.
Oh my gosh, can they get 3? Oh my god, that would have been. You would have gone right on the IPL Twitter. It would have been over. Maybe they are already going on the IPL Twitter. But that was crazy. I mean, that's what I really think Stamp is so interesting and like excels at is those kind of crazy plays where you can outplay shooters in a sense and you kind of have the upper hand, which is really nice to see. That crab coming out again on that plat area on the side of Despair. I mean, and they have the clams to back it up here. I feel like this could be a devastating push.
If they can get that second power clam, but I just got to avoid the crab, and they didn't successfully. Oh no, they still got it in. They got it in. They just the berserker run got the clam in down to 45, and now Despair is sitting pretty with that lead.
Dang, I think that was power. Listen. Kudos to power there. That was awesome. I feel like getting a power clam in is like totally like makes the other team mauled there. I like where Lucina is right there. Yes. Thank you, Boing, for going to Lucina's POV. Use the whole map here in defense to get to that high ground. Try and flush them out.
A nice drop down, trying to keep them from getting more clams in, but they're still at it. I feel like there's the stamper that's alive and just sharking somewhere. Not quite able to get that lead back, but they are getting pretty close.
Yeah, I feel like that was still a W in my book. Listen. They can make another push here, and I mean, after just one power clam and like 2 clams? I don't know. Somebody can fact check me. Somebody in the chat. they know everything. I
Definitely
feel like
with 2 power clams, I would get that lead.
No, I meant 2 normal clams. I'm mad. Listen, we know 2 power clams. I can do a little bit of math. Listen.
You know, I just went to like 2 power clams. It's easy. I'm not. I don't think I can fact. Well, All right, let's see if we can figure out how many clams they need before they throw them in.
Listen, their clam economy is looking
3.
pretty spicy right now. It looks like they're looking to make 3 balls right now. A few of them have a lot of.
Forget lead. Let's just get the KO. I like that plan. I like that plan.
I like that thinking. Honestly, let's all just jump into each other. Just zombie push it. Sure, why not? And they literally are throwing everything that they have onto this plat here, completely pushing them back to their spawn. That Bia bomb is going to come out in an attempt to get the stamper. Wrong play there, my friend. You got to focus on that power clam.
Ooh, they did though. That's a white. You don't need to focus on one when you just take them all out.
Listen, I commentators curse everything. Like, it's like my superpower, and it's not a good superpower here. It's going to be really, really tough, I feel, for Pickup to kind of make a power. I feel like that's going to be their biggest enemy right now. One of them jumps out to maybe preserve their special, get those clams together, but I mean, Despair has that map control. Although Kaden does get one down and they're scurrying around a little bit in mid, backing up, playing it safe. I feel like it's going to be tough.
Power's got the Booyah Bomb. We do see another crab online for both these teams. If they're able to take that crab user, they might be able to get it in, but they do pop the crab. And that's just going to gatekeep the basket there. With a member down, it's going to be incredibly difficult for them to get in. Another member down.
Oh.
A Stamper goes down. It's just 3 members down. The last one's coming from Spline. I do not think they can get back in time.
Yeah, I mean, we witnessed the end bit of an all-out crab fight there, which is quite exhilarating, but not really great if I believe the person who was holding the power clam crabbed. It can be really tough because you just leave that power clam and it's completely stationary for the push that your teammates are trying to set up.
Yes, exactly. That does bring our score to 1-1, I believe. Despair coming back in that last match with a 3-point lead, I think. So now we're going to zones in the Wahoo tied up at the moment.
Listen, if they're not throwing rocks through my windows because of Undertow Rainmaker, they will be because of Wahoo zones. And I will admit, it's only here because I think it's kind of funny. And nobody's stopped me yet. I might be getting a ping right now from our staff members in the SOS discussion chat. And I will have to, unfortunately, this might be the last SOS with Wahoo zones.
Oh, yeah?
Because of me. I don't know. But we'll see, I mean.
It's a 50-50, you know, it's whether or not you're part of the Pole fan club. You know, if you are part of the fan club, then you have no problem playing on Wahoo zones, but it's just all of the non-clubbers that are a bit discouraged by the map mode.
It is, I mean, it is definitely a choice that they made in which to fix the map design of Wahoo zones. Do I think it was the right choice? No. But it definitely was a choice. You think they're going to switch anything up here, Imad?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Again, this is Grands. This is finals. If they haven't figured out their comps yet, I don't think they are going to change. I mean, unless you do pick like a niche map mode, they're going to be sticking with what they got.
Yeah, I do want to say shout out to Luke here. Oh, Sleepy already popping that crab. Got to love it. But I want to shout out Luke here for running Haunt. I noticed at that last match, you can see the person who, you know, last killed you through walls and stuff. And then if you kill them with that effect, you respawn punish them. I love that Haunt is getting some more love here.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I saw the effect. I didn't realize. I thought perhaps someone was running the thermal link, but yeah, Haunt makes so much more sense.
That is also what I thought of for a second, and I was like, "There's no way. There's no way somebody's running thermal link." That one is quite controversial, I guess you could say.
That is also a very niche pick. You know, there's only so many weapons that actually benefit from it, but Pickup getting the lead here, getting it down to 60, and it's a pretty solid map control right here.
Yes, and the double crab coming out. The crabs are, in fact, in love, reportedly. That is what I would like to believe. Unfortunately, their lover crab does go down there to that Booyah Bomb. The double Booyah Bomb coming in to try and cap that zone. It does hit the wall, which makes it paint significantly less, which maybe that's what they were going for, but it kind of lets Pickup keep the lead here. And I mean, we've all seen the lovely times in Wahoo where it's people just constantly painting the zone over and over again, and it's playing out right now.
Despair here is able to get that the zone right back. Not too much of a penalty to get through, and a nice pick from Straw Hat. That was going to be 3 down for Pickup, and now Despair is able to just push in and set up shop exactly where Pickup was just moments before.
I was just about to say, I think they're doing the same exact thing where they come up on that top left area and they push back in from there, out of harm's way. But it looks like that crab punished what they were going for, which again kind of talks about how when we do these kind of mirror matches, you know what they're going to do, so you can punish it.
Exactly. In fact, oh, were they? I don't.
Oh,
They got the lead, a
oh!
2-point lead after that.
I love the double flank. Unfortunately, the lovers do go down. Oh, what the? Never mind. Listen, they're already now these two lovers, three of them now. They're coming back into the zone here, but it's gonna be tough. Oof! Listen. That Slashing is gonna pop that Booyah Bomb here, and they're gonna take control of their plat. But that Stamper is looking to zip all over them. So I'm. It looks like that maybe not the Zipcaster did that, but Despair does go 2 down here.
Looks like all the specials have been expended. Pickup is in control. One member down on both sides, and we're getting to the even points of the map. It's just Pickup has the advantage because they are ticking away at the zone while they're just trying to get their specials. But looks like they are going to get it back with the 2 members are down.
Listen, you get your crab just randomly while you're in the zone. Heck yeah, Lucina's about to pop it, and I support that. They do fall into the carousel, unfortunately. Caden's Zuka's again proving to be super deadly. Honestly, a huge MVP of this match is Caden Zuka's here.
Yeah, that is just the one weapon off. That is going to throw the wild card into it. You know, you talked about having the mirror matches, knowing what to expect, but when the other team's running something like a shot, you're not always expecting that.
Right, yeah. It's the counter's getting really close here. It's really tough to uncap the zone here on Wahoo, as we all know. If somebody's just paying over it, I mean it's GG at that point. Pole despite the lovely pole in the middle. I mean it's tough. It's a tough zones map.
Especially with the sloshing machine, the sloshing machine was the one remaining, and they don't paint so well on their own.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Slashing's good at a lot of things. Maybe not painting. That's what the 2 splashes are for. I'm at. That's what the
exactly.
The twins are for. We're taking it back to TC Inkblot, what we saw at the beginning of our commentary block here. Top 8-ish, I think it was. I think it's going to be interesting to see these very aggressive comps lock each other out on Tower Control Inkblot here. How do you think it's going to play out? You think somebody's going to have the upper hand?
I feel like it's definitely going to be difficult to bounce back if someone does get that lockout started. Tower Control is pretty snowbally on its own, but Inkblot, Crabs, they got some nice spots to set up and just put on so much pressure. Unless we see one of those cheeky flanks from the Stamper off that left side, it is going to be some major points being made here.
Yes, I think Undertow is a really good Stamper map. Correct me if I'm wrong. One of my teammates loves to play Stamper on Undertow, and I feel like that probably gave them pick up the edge on that first game that we saw. So I wonder if they can maybe try and get that edge back here for Tower Control Inkblot. I mean, have we seen tri-strikes this round?
We have not. Neither of these teams have been running any of the tri-strikes.
That's interesting. Do you think somebody's going to switch into something like that, or you think they're going to stick with the Booyah?
I'd imagine they'll stick with the Booyah. Again, if they're comfortable with what they have going, I doubt they're going to change it up. Maybe the shot might go T-Tech, but there's no way they're dropping any of their crafts.
Right. I mean, listen, I'm pretty sure here Despair's they're solidified. They're locked in. They're locked and loaded. They signed up for this SOS and they said, we're gonna do this, and you have to admire it. But also, that's definitely a thing.
They're going with that clean crab crop.
Oh my god! Wait! Do you see that? Out of the corner of my eye, I'm mad. It's a Christmas miracle. I think on the side of Despair there is a Neo Splash.
They absolutely went with the Neo Splash.
Listen, and with the tri-strikes, y'all, I called it. You can't throw rocks at my window anymore. I'm ecstatic. This is great.
No, I think they heard. And we're gonna prove you wrong. We don't need another crab. We just need the one to bring this home. Despair does have the slight lead, but already
Ooh.
Pickup has got a crab of their own, and a nice pick at that. 3
Woof.
members down. I think it's going to be Pickup's turn to get some points on the board.
Yeah, we see Lucina back up here. Did they get picked off by Luke? Oh, come on. That was crazy. Pickup here is really bringing it. They were like, double splash. Heck y'all. Like, I'm sick and tired. I don't want your strikes. They're out here for blood. And they're going right into that second checkpoint. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, this is kind of what I was expecting. It may turn around sometime later on, but in this first push, there's definitely going to be a lot of mileage getting thrown here. But the Tri-Strike and the Booyah Bombs is probably going to be enough to clean them up. Not quite able to get the second checkpoint, but still 45 or 48 is not a bad start.
Yeah, and we saw one of the members of Pickup stay all up in their plat there, still going for picks, and the sloshing on Despair isn't quite able to hold that right stack there, and the stacks are so important if you try to make a push of your own.
Now, this is something I was not expecting. Pickup, they got several members down, but they're back. They are back on tower, and they are pushing. Crab is right in the tower. I think they're going to be able to get the second checkpoint again, unless the other Crab says no.
The epic crab duel once again does go down. Oh my gosh, was that the Zuko from Kaden? I believe it was, or I'd like to think it is, because I would love to compliment Kaden again on their Zukas, which are amazing and have been amazing this whole match. It looks like the bats here is kind of loaded with members from Despair, and they're flushing out the members of Pickup pretty well here. It looks like this push is donezo.
We did see earlier that the Stamper was pushing quite deep into their spawn and caused them to use the Tri-Strike early. I think that just allowed Pickup to be able to chew through that second checkpoint and get it to 33, but now Despair, they were finally able to flush them out, and they are set up with so many specials in mid.
Ooh, Luke, we see them there with that haunt is kind of giving them the upper edge here.
Oh, wow.
The upper hand here against that fight they had with the sloshing. They end up finding 2. That is awesome. I mean, Despair, again, they're 3 down. One of them just came off respawn. I think Pickup's about to make another push.
Yeah, they're all set, ready to go. We got the, I think the Zipcaster and the not the Ink Strike, the Inkzuka. I always get those two mixed up in my face, but
Close enough.
2 members down, and now we see Kaden doing what the Stamper was doing, pushing way up, drawing their attention, and just keeping them from getting that tower as we get to this final checkpoint. And this is where it's going to be dangerous for Despair.
Yes, I mean, they do get the tower rider there. The lovely sloshing unfortunately does go down, but it's still a really scrappy fight here. They're jumping into that tower to try and clean it up. And I mean, Luke's out there fighting for their life, but they do get wiped out. But I mean, a push to 4 is nothing to scoff at, I mean, it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, what we've seen so far, Pickup has done such a good job of just getting back into mid. They're not letting Despair set up that push, set up that lockout, and because Pickup, they execute that incredibly well. So if they're able to keep Despair from doing just that, they're going to be able to hold on to this lead.
I appreciate. Wait, is Kiwi in their spot?
Kiwi is absolutely in their spot.
Awesome on Boing for swapping to that POV. Much love to our streamer Boing here. Listen, I don't know what happened to that disorient Despair or something, but their push got disrupted and they still had most of their members up. They are unfortunately down after I just said that, but because they don't have a lot of paint in their spawn, it looks like Pickup's winning. If this was a turf war match, they'd have it locked in, because that's crazy.
Kiwi with... Oh, that was... that just may have won the game right there. Kiwi with the flank from the enemy base, getting a triple, and just completely stalling out Despair's push there.
I mean, yeah, that GG Booyah Bomb, and then Kiwi, just to rub it in, hops on that tower, and there it goes. It keeps going with them on it. I mean, look at their base.
Oh my goodness.
Really dominant game, which I'm not surprised in a sense that I feel like the Stamper definitely shined really bright here, and of course the rest of the members, Kaden, the lovely Zukas. I feel like this is the most grand finals of all time. This is crazy. Like, we're on game 5. Are you kidding me?
I have to agree with you there, and just the confidence from Kiwi. Like, not only were they flanking, they put their Zipcaster anchor in their base and went after the tower. You know, like, just the amount of confidence to do that and still pull it off successfully is just play the game right there, you know.
I don't even think they broke that first checkpoint. Despair, that is. That's crazy. Really, they had it on lock there, which is interesting because again, Despair's comp was so aggressive. Like, Pickup knows something that I don't, and I might have to, like, somebody's gonna hit me up and like give me some tips because that was really good. But we're hopping in here to Rainmaker Sturgeon Shipyard, which again is a little saucy that Rainmaker is gonna be the deciding factor here, but same comps here? Yeah, they went back to the double splash. It was doing them well. They were like, screw this, I hate Neo Splash. Going back to my roots.
Yeah, I think your point earlier that on Undertow, the Stamper doing so well on Undertow, and then also on Inkblot, I think that was definitely a big part of it. We saw Kiwi popping off several times, and they just were able to be so dominant on the Tower Control Inkblot. Is Sturgeon going to play out like that? So far, Pickup, they got a nice control of the bridge.
Honestly, I feel like Stamper is just a really good Rainmaker pick. I feel like it pops the shield really well, which is always really good. You get the jump on them, especially if they're not expecting it. But I think it's also just really good at slaying. So, Caden here with the trademarked Zukas popping out here. I feel like I'm waiting for someone to pick up the Rainmaker, but nobody has yet. They do get one down, so maybe this is going to be their two down. Both of the splashes, they're dating, the splashes. Both of them are down. Oh my gosh, was that 3 down? A delayed wipe, are you kidding me? They're coasting right onto that first checkpoint there.
And they're still going at it. 3 members down for Despair, and Luke just way up there with the machine. They're not going to be able to touch that Rainmaker and just, oh well, I say that. We see one of the machines coming back, trying to take down the Vanguard right there, but Rainmaker is going to be taken down finally.
Oh my gosh, a push to 16? Are you kidding me? They just have to sit and look pretty for the rest of the match, I'm at. I mean, I think that push could have been a bit more deadly if somebody had dabbed up that Rainmaker a little bit better, like painting their feet a little bit more. But listen. That's just, hindsight is 20/20, you know?
Exactly. I mean, Pickup, it looks like they're not done yet. They're ready to keep at it. Sleepy there just set up on that snipe. We saw Kiwi in the flank there, and they're going at him.
Doing what Stampers do best. Kiwi, I'm gonna have to get some tips with you. Hook you up with one of my teammates who plays Stamper. Give them some tips because that's pretty crazy. Oh, Luke does go down here. Is this gonna be the start of Despair's comeback here? I mean, the crab pops out. That crab's probably gonna pick up the Rainmaker here. They're 2 down. That sloshing is right off a respawn. I wonder which way they're gonna push it here.
Those were some excellent picks, and they are going to be taking that left route there, but already we see Pickup. They're in their setup, and they're not going to let them get the checkpoint just yet.
Yes, and we see the crab duel. No. Oh, they didn't go for the crab duel, and that was a deathly mistake. The crab got completely shredded by the other one, and they kind of gave up mid a little bit there, honestly. I feel like this Rainmaker is going to take forever to pop. Like, this is a huge pain. I'm surprised here that I see it's was that a bomb kill against
that was
the shield?
A bomb kill off the shield.
Oh, I love getting those. It hurts when it happens to you, though, honestly. I mean, that Rainmaker shield is now popped, though, so somebody could try and grab for that left checkpoint, but I feel like Pickup's just not going to let them have it.
Luca was in an excellent position. They did get the pick, but it just unfortunately got too close to the edge and had to drop down back into mid, and now the Rainmaker is reset. Pickup is back in defensive mode. We do see the crap from Lucina, but we're going to see if the Zipcaster is able to pull something out from here.
Oh yes, the Zipcaster is unfortunately over now, but Caden popping out that Zuka. I see you. I feel like the defense part here is going to come a bit easier to them with that Booyah Bomb and Crab in particular. I feel like this is a really uphill battle for Despair here.
I have to agree with you there. They just need to get that checkpoint to get the ball rolling, but just the amount of pressure that Pickup is putting on them, and with Kiwi coming up from behind, they are forced to drop into an unfavored situation with 2 members now down for despair.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice coordinated play there. As you were saying, Kiwi pinched them. We saw them out of the corner of our eye, pinching them and making them go forward. Power was schmovin', I will give them that, but not schmovin' enough to even get that checkpoint there.
And we see Power again set up underneath the court there, and the Booyah Bomb is going to come out. This might be just what they need, but they're not looking to pick it up just yet. Going for another Booyah Bomb, and now they're going to be picking up and hopefully getting this checkpoint before the Zuka finishes them off.
Yeah, it looks like Power is opting to kind of hang on to the ledge. Oh, they did not have enough time to react to that Booyah Bomb in that drop area. It is just so deadly once that Booyah Bomb comes rolling in.
Especially in the corner there, like there wasn't anywhere for them to run except their fate, but they are going to get that checkpoint.
Ooh, and there's only like 2 seconds left in the match. Kiwi here is pinching them right on top of these players. Oh, Power goes down.
Man.
I mean, it's a complete wipe. Oh my gosh, that was a really, really great match from Pickup. Although I do not approve of the name at all. They are our swim or sink 105, freaking 105 SOSs. Our champions for tonight. Can you believe it?
Oh, I can believe it, and I'm excited to be here for this. I'm with you. I am not a fan of the name, but you know, the fact they didn't run double splash, you're all right in my book. You're all right.
Listen, and it was close. The double splash almost did win. Again,
it
goes
did.
to just show how powerful it is.
No, like it is incredibly strong, and I do not. Yeah, if that is the pick you want to run, you know, absolutely go for it. You know, I'm not trying to discourage anyone for doing that, but the Stamper plays tonight have been on par. Like Kiwi just absolutely slaying.
I know. I feel like they were always where they needed to be. I guess the good word for that would be positioning, the astute word. I feel like they were really on point that whole match. I feel like they played really well together despite being a pickup. Maybe y'all shouldn't be a pickup and you should form a freaking team, perhaps. But that's all I'm saying.
As long as they change the name, I'm on board with that.
Listen.
Wait,
I'm
no,
mad.
the next step up is just team.
Oh no, isn't it project? Isn't that what it is? Where when you're like just feeling it out, like you're not sure if you're gonna be a
maybe.
team yet, so you're a project. Something like that.
There
something
you go.
Like
There you go.
Listen. I'm mad. It was quite lovely commentating with you again. I did just hit midnight for the lovely East Coasters, which is myself.
As am I.
So thank you for joining me tonight, and thank you to Toshi and Boing, our lovely, lovely streamers for tonight, and thank you to the staff members. Always make sure to thank your TOs, and thank you to all the teams that came out tonight. I'm still shocked that we've gone from a 32 team cap to a 64 team cap. I mean, in the matter of months, like it's crazy.
You know, I found out just the other day that I actually played in SOS 1. I was
What?
there for SOS 1. Yeah,
Oh,
I had
so
no
sorry
idea.
About that. I'm so sorry about that. It was crazy. I mean, I was...
Yeah, Sayonara came out first with Starburst in second. Like, it was an insane tournament back then. I just have no recollection of it, but...
Listen, that was back when we were under different management. I was a staff member back then. I was promoted to head later down the line after a few months, so... It's crazy how the times change.
Oh, we're glad to have you as our boss now. I'm definitely excited to have you as my commentating partner tonight, and it was certainly a blast.
I just did the thing where like you like flick your wrist and you like turn your head and you're like, oh, stop, even though nobody can see me right now. My computer doesn't even have a webcam, so that wouldn't even be possible. But regardless, thank you to everybody for coming out tonight. But I'm mad. Before we go, before people start leaving, don't leave yet. Please don't leave yet. I'm mad. Where can the lovely people find you or support you?
Well, you can find me on all the usual channels that I made Gamer II. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. In fact, I just uploaded a YouTube video. Pretty baller if I do say so myself. So if you're into Splatlinks, definitely check it out. But Grace, where can the good people find you?
Well, you can find me right here all the time, in the Swimmer Sync help desk or Battlefly perhaps, and sometimes on the mic. But I am mostly on Twitter, not really anything else, at Tubnug, Tubnug. It'll be another day when I tell the story about where I got that name from, but I mean, it was a pretty great set, I'm mad. And I'm glad y'all were all here for it. But we are gonna raid Rafa. You know Rafa. We've raided them quite a few times. They are a family friend of IPL, if you will.
Indeed, they are just the best. As we send you all over there, we wish you all a good night. Thank you all for tuning in.
Yes,
we will see you all later.
Yeah, thank you for coming out. Have a great night.